Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Newsbrowse News broadcast. According to Al Jazeera, military tensions between the United States and Iran have escalated sharply following a series of tit-for-tat attacks. The crisis began when the U.S. military conducted self-defense strikes against targets in southern Iran, following the reported downing of a U.S. Apache attack helicopter over the strategic Strait of Hormuz. In swift retaliation, Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, IRGC, launched drone and missile attacks against U.S.-linked military facilities across the region. These retaliatory strikes targeted the U.S. Fifth Fleet in Bahrain, as well as bases in Kuwait and Jordan. Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi warned that Tehran would leave no threat or attack unanswered, raising global concerns over a wider regional war. However, some military analysts suggest the relatively limited scope of the strikes might indicate an effort by both nations to prevent a full-scale conflict and eventually return to diplomacy. Meanwhile, Israeli airstrikes have continued to claim lives in southern Lebanon, adding further instability to the Middle East. According to Al Jazeera, Ukrainian drones have launched a multi-day strike campaign, hitting a historic museum in Russia-annexed Sevastopol in Crimea and targeting key oil refineries deep within Russia. The Sevastopol Museum, which commemorates the Crimean War, suffered roof damage from a fire caused by a drone. In addition to cultural sites, the drone campaign targeted infrastructure, striking a passenger train, which killed an assistant locomotive driver and injured another worker. This has prompted authorities to suspend nighttime train schedules across the peninsula. The attacks have also triggered a severe fuel crisis in Crimea, forcing Russian-installed authorities to suspend the unrestricted sale of gasoline to civilians and implement strict rationing. Meanwhile, air defense systems reportedly destroyed over 300 drones over Russia, with major strikes reported at the Kibishevsk oil refinery in the Samara region, as well as facilities in Rostov and Vladimir. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky had previously proposed direct peace talks, which Moscow rejected, later claiming that Ukraine's actions are undermining peaceful resolution efforts. According to the BBC, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky met with King Charles III at Windsor Castle on June 8th, following high-level meetings in London with European allies. During their private audience, Zelensky expressed deep gratitude to the British monarch and the British people for their ironclad and continuous support throughout the ongoing conflict with Russia. He also revealed plans to formally invite King Charles III to Ukraine as a state guest as early as later this year. In addition to the royal meeting, Zelensky had recently joined British Prime Minister Keir Starmer, French President Emmanuel Macron, and German Chancellor Friedrich Merz in issuing a joint statement demanding a just and lasting peace. The European leaders reaffirmed their unwavering support for Ukraine and urged Russian President Vladimir Putin to agree to an immediate ceasefire. The meeting comes amid local debates in the UK over foreign policy, notably a decision by the Reform UK Party to remove the Ukrainian flag from some local government buildings, which Zelensky gently criticized, expressing hope that the flag would be restored to preserve strong diplomatic friendships. According to a report by Japan Today, Japanese Prime Minister Sanae Takaichi and Malaysian Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim held summit talks in Tokyo, agreeing to deepen energy security cooperation, particularly on liquefied natural gas (LNG) supplies. As Japan seeks to diversify its energy resources amidst escalating conflicts in the Middle East, Malaysia remains a vital partner, currently accounting for approximately 15% of Japan's LNG imports. During the meeting, the two leaders also signed a Coast Guard cooperation document aimed at bolstering regional maritime security. This agreement aligns with their shared vision for a free and open Indo-Pacific especially in the face of China's expanding influence in the region. Furthermore, Takechi and Anwar discussed strengthening bilateral supply chains for critical minerals through collaboration with like-minded nations and institutions. Under its official security assistance framework, Japan has already provided Malaysia with defensive equipment, including rescue boats and surveillance drones. This meeting marks the first direct discussions between Takechi and Anwar since their previous encounter in Kuala Lumpur last October on the sidelines of the ASEAN summit. According to Yahoo News, the international medical humanitarian organization Doctors Without Borders, MSF, reported on June 9th that a severe cholera outbreak in northeastern Nigeria has resulted in 74 deaths and over 7,000 infections since early May. The outbreak is primarily spreading across 14 of the 27 local government areas in Borno State. Nearly 2 decades of violent extremism by the militant group Boko Haram has left the region's healthcare system extremely fragile. Factional violence and poor sanitation have exacerbated the crisis. Government data from 2020 indicates that only 14% of Nigeria's population of over 200 million has access to safely managed drinking water, making cholera a seasonal endemic disease. The current situation in Borno State is particularly dire, with rapid transmission occurring in both densely populated urban centers like Maiduguri and remote, hard-to-reach communities. MSF has treated 7,439 patients at its facilities, averaging 185 admissions daily, with a single-day peak of 500 cases on June 5th. MSF coordinators have warned that widespread open defecation is worsening transmission, while a severe shortage of active local aid organizations is making containment efforts exceptionally challenging. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.